What's up, everybody? We are back. John Delarose here. Delarose.com. That's DELARROZ.com. And I have a link in my description below. You can sign up for my newsletter and grab a free graphic novel and a free novel from me. And I, too, like Star Trek and Star Wars novels. I think they're great. And I've been picking up the Star Trek ones, especially lately, for like $2 a pop on Amazon. They have no value, and it's great. You can just get them for nothing. A lot of the times, they don't even charge shipping. I don't know how they do it. I figure they're losing money. It must be people who just like have stuff stuck in their house, and they're losing money on shipping, and that's that. So I've been getting those. They've been great. I've been having a lot of fun. I'm going to be reviewing more of those because I don't care about new stuff. I really just want to enjoy the fun stuff. So we'll have a lot more talk of those up. I also got the new Thrawn Ascendancy novel by Timothy Zahn. This is book 2 in a 3-book series. And Timothy Zahn is the guy who wrote the Heir to the Empire series back in the day, which is honestly the best Star Wars thing. So if you are going to get anything Star Wars, you should get the Timothy Zahn novels, and even the new ones. I mean, he knocks them out of the park every single freaking time. It's way better than anything else you're going to be paying attention to. So I love the first one. I did a full review of that. You can go find that on the channel. And it basically just deals with the character Thrawn's time in the Chiss Ascendancy before he shows up in the base Star Wars universe. And Timothy Zahn just writes good books. That's all. So I like him. I would love to get him on the channel sometime if anybody knows him. He's commented on a couple of my things in the past, and he's the guy I strive to be honest. He's just like good. So that's all I want is Timothy Zahn books at this point, and I'll write my own just so we can have more of them. So yeah, that's that. That's basically what's going on. I'm really into the whole Star Trek novels at this point. I just I found this page, and it let's see. Trek novel. And I love this little thing. I post this quite a bit. Here it is. So I'll pull it up on screen. I don't know if anybody cares about this, but I don't really care. I will talk about what I feel like talking about. It's my show. This is my show. My show. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. So I found this. I'll put this in the chat. And basically, it just gives you this reading order of all these Star Trek-y things. And it's freaking convoluted. I mean, there's a lot to it. So this all kind of takes place towards the end of Deep Space Nine and beyond. And so you kind of like Deep Space Nine kind of ended on a weird note. I know, Drake, you haven't got there yet. So I'm not going to talk too much about it. But it ended on a weird note where it just like it didn't feel complete. I mean, they really wrapped up some storylines and things like that, but it was they had a lot more they could do with it. Let's just say that they could have gone into movies. They could have gone for more seasons. I don't know. It had potential, and I really feel like they wrapped up their little war plot line little too quick. That didn't really sit very well. So the Deep Space Nine novels really go into that, and there's a whole deal. So, I mean, I don't know what Vanguard is. I haven't looked at this yet, but there's like Enterprise sequels. If you wanted to like go into there, I might do that. I like Enterprise a lot nowadays. Stargazer. This is like pre Next Generation Captain Picard stuff. Voyager. I have no interest in Voyager. I'm sorry. Like why? Like once they got home, there's like no freaking point to being interested in Voyager, right? And spoiler alert, they get home in the last episode. Course, right? So no interest in continuing that. So I've not done that. Next Generation. Honestly, I have no interest in continuing the Next Generation storylines either. I thought like the show was okay. Like you get some really good episodes, you get some really bad episodes. They're all like not connected to each other. So it's like it's hit and miss, right? The point is to laugh at Ensign Kim. Yeah, but like laughing at Ensign Kim when you like have a physical actor to look at is pretty funny because he's such a cuck. But like in a book form, it's not as funny, right? So I just wouldn't bother. And yeah, Next Generation, I just don't care. I'm sorry. They screwed it too badly with those movies, and it was like shit the bed. And I know that like Riker gets his own ship finally, and then they go to Titan or whatever it is. And that's all in these novels. I don't care though. So really all I care about is Deep Space Nine right here. And I've started reading all of these up at the top. The first book is A Stitch in Time. I did a review of that. It like really dials into Garrick's past. And this was apparently like his series Bible. He like the actor actually used, and he wrote it himself to kind of like dial in the character of Garrick. And then he kind of made it into a novel after a while. Pretty good. The Hollow Man feels like a pretty good episode. I just read that. Never-Ending Sacrifice. There's all like sort of stuff that deals with that like Cardassia Dominion War towards the end of the series. And then we get into some different stuff with some Klingons here. And then this is really where it hits the sweet spot. And this is like, it takes place after the series. And apparently then it goes into like crossover novels, which I guess I'm going to have to deal with. What's interesting, I don't know anything about the crossover novels yet, but this is really where I'm really interested in reading about, and then getting the cool DS9 stuff going forward. And most of the authors are pretty good. So I've really enjoyed everything I've read so far. Nothing's bothered me. The other cool thing I'm interested in, which is like a total side thing, is the New Frontier series. The New Frontier series on the side here. This is completely written by Peter David. And I know there's a lot of comic book people in the chat. You probably know who Peter David is. He is like the definitive Hulk writer. He wrote Hulk Forever, and it was great. And he really did a lot with the character that made it interesting beyond Hulk smash, rah. And he wrote this full series of Star Trek novels. And what they did was they let him just like make his own ship with his own crew. He had carte blanche to do whatever he wanted. And it's fantastic. So I started reading those. Now these first 4 books, it's kind of a scam. They like were testing it, and they're like 150 page books. They're real quick to read, but they're not full books. Like it really is one story in one book, and they totally cut it up into 4 books, like to try to just scam money out of people in the 90s. But since you can pick these books up for like $2, like there's no reason not to. It's pretty great. So I read all 4 of those like in a couple days, and it was fantastic. I'm very happy. He made up his own species for the captain. He's his own dude. Really nice backstory, really nice world building. Just stuff you expect from Peter David. I love that guy. He's old and grumpy and leftist, but who isn't? So yeah, really, really fun stuff. And he did reference a few Next Generation episodes. So you do have to kind of know Star Trek lore a little bit. Like the first officer is the Shelby chick from that Best of Both Worlds. The chick who was like getting in Riker's face, and she's like, "Why aren't you just taking your promotion? There's only." And then Riker finally lost his shit with her because she was a annoying woman, and just like verbally bitch slapped her. It's pretty great. That was one of the best moments in Star Trek. I remember the quote from it. "You do an end run around me again, I'll smack you back so hard you'll think you were a first-year cadet again." Yeah, that was it. And can you imagine a man talking to a woman like that in a TV show in 2021? I could not imagine it. Even like a superior officer like would not be able to talk. The woman would be better than the man, and she'd be stronger and better, and he'd be dumb, and he'd have to like apologize to her. And no, but Riker was just strong, and he verbally bitch slapped her. It was great, and I loved it. I still love it. Then they have a couple others in there also. So they have Dr. Salar, who was a Vulcan chick medical officer from one episode. Is another character who is in the series, and then he made up a bunch of his own characters. So it's a very fun series. Looking forward to going all the way through it. Peter David writes every single book in it, so it's all consistent. That's the other beauty about this. A lot of the problems with these books, you get into Star Wars books and Star Trek books or whatever the fuck it is books, and they've got so many authors like shifting that the tone changes so much with the characters. It feels like you're reading completely different series every single time that happens. That doesn't happen in New Frontier because there are no writers except for Peter David. So I really like that. It's very good. Yeah. The Phantom Menace. We have a Riker in the Phantom Menace now, apparently. I say we. I don't know why. Maybe I should co-opt the Phantom Menace. Is that what I should do at this point? That'd be fun. Nobody's using my brand of the Phantom Menace. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers is disavowed. A bunch of other people disavowed, said they don't even know the Phantom Menace anymore. So maybe I'll just be the Phantom Menace. because I like that term. Sounds nice. You know, it was cute because it's got a play on Phantom Menace. You know, and I've got a cute title of the stream, Attack of the Crones. So you kind of see where this is going. All these they let a bunch of aging women into their quote anti-SJW setup where they would complain about movies, moviepoopshoot.com. And you don't let women into anything is the big lesson. Everybody needs to learn about this right now up front. You do not let women into anything. Women have a place. And I work with a lot of women. So my editor of most of my books is in fact a woman. I'll come out with that right now. And she's good, but here's the reason I do that. She is meticulous and detailed, and I'm not. I'm a big picture, sort of high concept kind of person, right? So that's a nice contrast, and women are typically a little better at that. That's why they're better at cleaning, right? So basically, she is cleaning my books just like my wife cleans my house, right? So that's their role. But you get these like aging single women who want to be e-girls on the internet, who want male attention, but they don't want male attention, and they got daddy issues. I got a nice look for this, which was posted by one of my friends. I don't remember which of you posted it, but this is the psychology that we have right here of all these e-girls. And I know she's like a pure SJ. Not all these e-girls look this bad, but deep down, they are this. This is remember, beauty is on the inside, and this is what they look like on the inside, right? So, yeah, some of them look like this on the outside too, like Mecha Random, correct? But this is what you got: red hair dye soaked through the scalp. Exactly. Blue hair dye can also soak through the scalp, cause a problem. You got daddy issues right up front. Every single time, right? Always bipolar disorder. 100% of the time you get bipolar disorder with these women. 100% of the time. You get rape fantasies. They do. I mean, they don't want to admit this, but they definitely do. They have they're typically damaged, disgusting people. And so this is what happens. I mean, when you're abused, I feel bad because, like, you know, they're obviously abused. They have dad issues because their dad abused them or their uncle abused them or something like that. And that's the whole deal here. And so they have these like fantasies where this violent sort of thing is like the only normalized sexual situations they have. And it's really tragic. And it's a big red flag from our culture. I'm going to talk about this. There's some, maybe I'll make a separate video about this. I read something really gross last night. Some of my friends who I've talked to in here know about it, but it's from the 90s, a book from the 90s, and it was an autobiography of Leonard Nimoy, and there's some gross stuff in there. And these people always try to justify this, but they try to justify it because they can't process their own traumatic incidents in their lives. I kind of have some sympathy, you know, because, you know, I don't know, I'm not fully unempathetic towards that. I just when somebody makes their entire identity victim, it's bothersome. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's good to have empathy. You be compassionate, you know, charity, right? But that goes to an extent because, you know, as we know, you indulge. Charity and compassion is not indulging this kind of thing. It's not indulging degeneracy, right? It's not indulging these women going on the internet, going in like, you know, collecting beta male orbiters who will, like, you know, fund their whatever it is, right? So that's not good. That's not healthy for them. It's not healthy for the orbiters. That's not charity and compassion, right? But you know, there's a way to handle it, and truth is a hard thing, and it's a way to handle it also. There's hate, of course. These women are fueled with hate. I mean, they are just like, I've never met anyone more hateful than these women. That's obvious. Obviously, cats. They've replaced having children with cats, and they're getting a little too late in life to have children. They're not able to find a stable man at this point, because what man in his 30s? Think about this. When you're in your 30s, you're getting past. I sound like a Big Daddy stream right now. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, but I'm going to do this anyway. This is informative stuff that people need to know, like Mr. Dunk said. But you get in your 30s as a man, and you're getting past the point where you're no longer an apprentice. You're no longer like trying to have something in the world. You got a little money in your pocket. You're doing well. You're succeeding in life for the most part. If you're valuable, right? If you don't have this in your 30s, you're not even considered a mate anyway. So don't worry about it. I mean, let's be honest. But that's a place where a chick will want to be, and any man who has that at this point isn't going to bother with a girl from her 30s who's damaged like this. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. You might be a little plaything for a bit, and that happens. And the girl, because of our degenerate culture, that gets indulged, right? Everybody gets their little fantasies for like a weekend, but then they ditch you, right? If you're this woman in her 30s or whatnot, because nobody wants that. Men want a fertile woman to have babies. So sorry. So their biological clocks are ticking. It causes problems. They get their cats. It's always more than one cat. More than one cat is a big red flag. I have a cat, but I don't have two cats. Two cats is a big red flag. Three cats is like, whoa. And don't even talk about more cats than that. Run for the freaking hills if you got more cats than that. So that's that. But yeah, any respectable man in their 30s that would actually be able to take care of these women, which is what they want at the end of the day, because of the daddy issues, is not going to. That's not going to happen. They'll just get a chick from their early 20s or something, because she'll be better looking, she'll not have the damage, and she'll be more fertile. So. Very simple. I got this question the other day. So I got a DM. I won't give anybody's identity, but I got a DM. Hey, one of my friends got divorced, and do you know any? And it's very interesting how this was phrased. Do you know any good Christian men? Which is great. And then came the sinker, right? With money. So it's obvious what they want. So, I'm glad she was honest for her friend's sake, but you're not going to get that as a divorcee with two kids, unless you're like, it's extremely lucky if you do. Sorry. Got to deal with it. I liked it when like Dr. Laura was on. Do you guys remember Dr. Laura? Dr. Laura was based, and like these women would go on and they'd bitch about whatever their husbands were doing about divorce or whatever. And by the way, this girl who I'm talking about, she's pretty too. It's just not going to happen. Sorry. But Dr. Laura used to always go off. Divorce is of course a big problem in our society. Big problem in our society. People have this like sort of like it's all about me mentality all the time now, with a like. I have to feel it at all times, because we're inundated with dopamine hits all day long, right? The like button. By the way, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Give me dopamine hits. But we're inundated with these all day long. We always got to feel good about ourselves, got to feel good about our situation, got to feel good about the people around us, right? And so anytime there's a struggle, anytime something bad happens, we don't work through it or anything like that, because there's no incentive to work through it in our society. You can divorce on demand, and especially as a woman, you just get free shit and then you leave, and then he pays for your life anyway, and that's it, and that's gross. So that was a big tragic setup of our society, which should have never happened. This divorce on demand thing. I would make divorce illegal, 100%. They call me an extremist or whatever, but I want a happy society and a good society. And that would be a good thing. And Dr. Laura used to talk like this. These women would call into her show, and I used to listen to it. I loved it. What did she get canceled for again? Did she say the N-word or something? That wasn't her. That was the fat lady who made the lobsters. What was the fat lady who made the lobsters' names on TV? You got to put the butter in it. Remember that? What was her name? She said the N-word, right? I think that's what it was. What did Dr. Laura get canceled for? can't remember. But Dr. Laura would always, these women would call in. They'd be like, my husband, I just don't feel it for him anymore. And he's a Paula Deen. That's right. She, the butter, got to put the butter with the lobster. Oh man, we used to have so much fun. Do you remember when our culture was fun? We had all this shit. Paula Deen, Dr. Laura. Oh man, we're just not allowed to have fun anymore. We had Dave Chappelle for a bit. He's kind of, yeah. But yeah, Dr. Laura, these women would call in, right? And they would I don't feel it anymore. I mean, I've got 2 kids, one's 5 and one's 3, and I just hate my life, and I think I need a divorce. And Dr. Laura would just bitch slap these people, and she'd be like, no. She said, and she'd say it straight up: once you have children, you do not live for yourself anymore. You live for your children. Your children in a destabilized environment are going to have a horrible life, odds. And so you just don't do this. I don't care what your problems are. It's selfish for you at this point. You're going to endure this until they're older. All right. And she told these women to do that. I don't know if these women followed it because they're damaged, selfish, awful people, which are worse now. I mean, now we're in like the OnlyFans era, right? Every woman can go online, like no matter if they're like the biggest land whale in the whole world, and get attention and super chats and men paying attention to them and flirting with them. It's fucking crazy. Can you imagine that? Like, I can't imagine growing up with this as a young man. That's insane. Like, that's insane. Absolutely insane. But yeah, Dr. Laura would say, stick it out, live for the kids, deal with it, get your pleasure from your children. And that is the natural way to do things. And that's the best way to do things for your life and for your children's lives. And I love it. So, wow, this is a heavy stream. I'm sorry. I really was just going to mock a couple Star Wars chicks on the internet. And I just got into this rant for some reason. I don't know why this happened. I'm just in the mood, I guess. But yeah, Dr. Laura was right. And unfortunately, now we're in this environment. Where do we say? Samuli says the thirst era. Yeah, now we're in this environment where everybody's an e-girl. Everybody's an e-girl. I could be an e-girl too. That's the thing. Like now with VTubers, I could set up as a VTuber and pretend to be an e-girl, and you'd never know. You'd never know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's really bad. So unfortunately, these women are incentivized by likes to get more attention, to get more money, to go on the internet and just act disgusting. It's a big thing. And gosh, I guess I'll show this. I don't hate Mandy Summers. Mandy Summers is not a person I dislike. Got no problem with her, but she does go off the tacky deep end. And this is kind of like a illustration of exactly what I'm talking about with these women. And it's insane. Let me try to find this thing real quick. But all these women end up acting the same at the end of the day for the attention, and they'll keep going further for the attention. Whether it's in a way to show off their bodies in a nasty way, or whether it's in a way to pull the stuff that we've seen the last few days with this, like, Tom has been abusing me. Tom has been abusing me. And I didn't even know who Tom was until yesterday. That's the best part. So I learned a lot of what was going down for real while I was on the stream with Nasser yesterday. But this is what ends up happening. You go, e-girls. This is what ends up happening in our trash culture. You get this lady who goes on the internet, and isn't she married? I thought this girl had a husband. Can you maybe confirm that in the chat? I don't know enough about this. So again, she's only been nice to me. I don't have a problem with this person on this level, but I do have a problem with behavior, and it's my job to point out what gross behavior is and to hopefully correct it. And this is so Mandy could better herself as much as anybody else. I would prefer Mandy better herself. You know what I'm saying? She could be better than this. But I think she has a husband. Does she? I don't know. But this woman came on the scene a couple years ago, in the Comics Gate, Fandom Menace, all the whatever, and started like making these children books, right? And these children's books they were very badly drawn. They didn't look good. And yet she got attention anyway because she was getting that male attention, the Orbiter attention. And the Orbiter attention, she does have a husband. It's freaking weird. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine like what kind of man do you have to be to allow your wife to go on the internet and post this shit to sell children's books? I would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? That would never happen. Anyway. Never. I would never allow that to happen. Not. That's it. Yeah. Everybody dunked on the book to begin with, but then she was on the team, so everybody was like, "Oh, we've got a girl on the team. We got a girl. Wow!" And this is the lesson. Again, this is what happened with the Fandom Menace too. This is what happened with the High Council. You let women in even once, and then it just slides into a shit show. You do never want to do this. And so that happened with the Comicsgate for a bit. She got some attention, made a ton of money off of that book, which looked terrible. And she did it by just slowly doing. She would pose on her bed, like putting her butt up in the air and things like that. Just like women do, because they can't look. I mean, let's be honest. A woman's never going to like add value to a book like a man can. They're not going to come up with as interesting concepts. They're not going to do as good of a job. So in order to do it, they have to distract from that and sell what they can sell, right? And that's what happened. And what happens is you look at this over years, and you see it at first. She's got a little low cut shirt or whatever, and all the dudes get all thirsty on there, right? They're disgusting. She's not the problem, by the way. The dudes who like encourage this shit are the problem. The thirsty beta male orbiters are the most disgusting fucking people on the planet. Those are the people who need to be just purged from our society more than anybody else, right? Absolutely purged from our society. Disgusting. So yeah, they go all thirsty, and then she's incentivized to do it more. And then she comes out with these like trading cards, which is like she kisses her lipstick on the trading card and mails it to people. Like for real. For like dudes want this, apparently. It's fucking crazy. Like, why would you want that? Why would you want that? That does not help you at all. It's crazy. It is. It's clown world, Mr. Dongs. Clown world. But yeah, I mean, horrors have always existed in society. Like it's always been a thing, right? It's just for all of society's history, they were always relegated to be shamed. It's a shameful profession. It's a gross profession. It's something you have to do in secret. It's something you don't want to be associated with those type of people in polite company. And for some reason, like we got this like fourth wave feminism. Is that what's going on these days? Hashtag body positive. I don't know. And they go out there and they're like, I need to be able to be free to express my sexuality. And that's what ends up happening. And so now we've got this backwards culture where you don't actually have to be ashamed to do this. And that needs to stop. Very bizarre. Again, Mandy's always been nice to me. I don't know the lady, but that's tacky and gross. You can't get around that. You can't get around that being tacky and gross. Can you believe that? Gosh. So I'm working on myself in a different way. And I've been working out really hard the last couple months. I've finally gotten back down to the weight I was when I was at my peak prior to COVID, when I was looking really good. And I'm there. I'm lifting stronger than I ever have before. And I'm doing good. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to the gym 3 days a week. Last time I did this, I was only doing like an hour-ish at the gym. And I realized that in order to really get really be serious about it, you have to do an hour and a half to 2 hours. You can't otherwise. And it's made me feel better. I don't have six-pack yet. But maybe when I do have a six-pack, and I'm going to, maybe I'll make little posters like this, and I'll lift my shirt up and do that for you. How about that? Disgusting. I don't know. It's less disgusting. If I did that though, it wouldn't be. I don't think it'd be as titillating. I guess is that the word? This isn't titillating anyway. I don't know. Something about a dude doing it that's just less disgusting. I don't know why. Probably because it's obvious I'm not selling my body. But I've been doing that, and I've been playing tennis hard 2 days a week. Also, tennis is the best sport, and I keep trying to remind everybody this. You run so hard in tennis. You run like 5-10 miles every single time you play a tennis match. Everybody thinks it's like this like little social event or whatever. But if you play for real and you play at a real high level, no, I mean, you're killing yourself out there. So it's not, I'm not talking like ladies tennis. Again, women ruin everything. So men's tennis, you play single, you don't play doubles. Men don't play doubles. Doubles is gay. All right. Men play singles, and you go out there and you go toe to toe with another man and you compete. It's the most athletic thing you could possibly do. So it's really good. The women's tennis, if you go to the country club, the women play they play their doubles, right? So when you play doubles, you got somebody on both sides of the court. So you never have to run. They kind of hit it softly back and forth. And it's more about chatting than it is actually about playing. Yeah, no, dude, tennis is the greatest sport. There's no better sport. 100%. 100%. And you got to be fit. You got to be athletic. You got to really be on your game. I mean, in order to play well. So I'm doing that. And it's really done well. I've cut my calories down to 1,800 calories a day, and I've been consistent. I have not screwed around in about 2 months. So everything's working out good. I'm at my I was at my peak. I'm at my peak as where I was at last year. I'm gonna try to push beyond that this summer to really get myself just into a badass spot. So that's that. I always do something. Yeah, 100%. I grunt when I hit the ball. I hit the ball hard. So, dude, come on. Look at freaking. Let's look at Rafael Nadal, and you tell me this is soy. You tell me this is soy. Come on. That's not soy. That's a look at this guy's jacked. This guy's jacked. Don't give me soy. This guy's pure whey. He's not soy. That's my boy Rafa. Yeah. He'll kill you with his bare hands. Look at that shit. That's right. All right. So, where were we? Oh, let's get to the funny part of the day. All right. So the real reason I wanted to do this is because there's a really funny tweet. And I just want to go over it because it's funny. Let's see. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Tell me if the audio works on this because this is great. This is Testefy HD. I'll bring some people in now. I did my rant. So anybody go back. If you guys just showed up or you're kind of new in here right now, go back to the beginning of this because I did a great. Yeah, it is 90% running. It is and it's start and stop. It's like hit cardio, right? For like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So pretty good. EVS would not be, dude, that he's not in shape. I love you, Ethan, if you're here, but you would not be able to compete with me athletically. I'm sorry. Sorry, buddy. But this is really funny. But yeah, go back and watch my rant if you have not already done it yet. It was one of my better rants I've ever done. I really went hard today. I'm in a mood. But I want to watch this, but I want to have some people. Hey, Fiona. And have a good, fun work day. I'm sorry I ranted about women and that I hate women, but I don't mean you. I don't mean you. It's really funny. Yesterday we were on and we were listening to the Mecha Random spiel yesterday. Yeah, dude. Well, I don't eat sugar at all, so I would barf even with a. I would barf it even having one piece of pie. I've cut out sugar a long time ago. I've always kind of been on this California diet, and people make fun of me and all that, but I'm going to outlive all of you guys because I've got I'm putting good fuel in my system, right? It's just how it is. Yeah, the infighting is going big. Somebody come in the chat. I put the link in the freaking thing. Come in, chat with me. I hate chatting by myself. It's the worst. I want to laugh with somebody. I want to laugh with somebody. Or I'll put it in here too. All right. Not me. Too funny. Yeah. All right. Billy Tucci is rubbing elbows with guys like Dan DiDio and Joe Quesada in the mainstream, hooking them up. Oh, no. I could totally see that. I could totally see that. Have I cut out alcohol? I'm not good at this. I want to cut out alcohol. So this is the big thing. So I know in order to like really hit peak performance, I'm gonna have to completely cut out alcohol. That's gonna be the deal. Hey George, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Do you drink, George?
I do all the time.
All the time. George drinks all the time. So I guess that's my excuse. But I've been pretty good lately. I haven't really so what I about gosh, a month. It's probably been a month since I've had like a real party evening where I like go. So there's been a couple nights I've had like 2-3 glasses of wine, right?
Oh.
Yeah, but that's it, and that's not that. I don't know. It's not bad.
I have a glass of wine, and the other half in the wine was grape juice. I mixed it up.
Why?
I just wanted to have the flavor of grape juice.
That sounds disgusting, George.
No, it's from the same grape.
That's just no. It's like you're adding just like sugar juice to your alcohol. Like it's disgusting. That's gross.
Sure.
I hate the wine that tastes like grape juice. That's like all sweet like that is the worst. Communion wine. Communion wine is actually the worst. Oh my gosh.
Have you had ice wine? Have you had ice wine?
Ice wine?
Yeah.
No.
But you know what it is, right?
No, it comes in boxes or something, I'm going to guess.
No. Ice wine. I mean, it's really expensive, and it's like drinking wine, but it's really thick, and it's actually more potent than just normal wine.
Look, George, you came on and I got a super chat.
Oh, do they want to kick me?
No.
Oh, wow. Woohoo.
Yeah, hey, I'm going to guess this is all you. This is all you, George.
You were talking about a stream last night.
I was talking about a stream. Do tell. I was on a stream last. I was on 2 streams last night. I went on with my good friend the Risey, and that was a complete shit show. Believe it or not.
Oh yeah, Berserk Guts was on there.
Berserk Guts was off the hook on there. So him and Berserk Guts and I went back and forth a little bit. That was fun. I don't mind going back and forth sometimes. It's some good fun sometimes. But Berserk Guts then said he backed my book. So I guess like I gotta like Berserk Guts now because he gives me money. Is that how it works?
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. Interesting.
So I don't know if he actually backed it or if he just said he did.
Well, just look in your backer list and look for the word Berserk Guts, care of Australia somewhere.
I don't want to look up backers. Like that's I don't know.
Look, Berserk Guts always is drunk.
So he was drunk. He was definitely drunk. Berserk was lying.
Yeah.
Spirit Scar thinks he was lying. Yeah, that's probably true. So, well, if he gets the book, he would love my book. Being a fan of Berserk, he is going to love Dave's Vault more than anything. Oh, people did ask questions about when Dave's Vault actually going to be out and all that. I am going through final edits of the dialogue right now, which I started yesterday, and I got 2/3 of the way through it yesterday. And then I have to write the dialogue for the character bios for the back, but all the art's done now, like 100%. So you guys saw my stream the other day. Some of you did, where I did a poor rendition of a fantasy map.
Oh, that was George. Poor?
I mean, that was awful, wasn't it?
I thought that was final.
Oh yeah, I was telling people that was going to be final. That'd be funny if I put that in the book. But no, I had my artist Jesse draw it. It's going to look better. So, but that was it. That was the last thing we needed to do on the art end. So we are 100% done with art. And I just need to make sure everything's good to go. So you'll be getting digital versions of the story within the next, I'd say, 10 days. And then I will give a couple days in case somebody spots a typo or something like that before I go to print. And then that was a map.
It was a map to the 7-Eleven.
Map to the 7-Eleven. That's right. And well, after that, I'll let people give me a little feedback on that. So like if there's any typos or anything, we can change it real quick before going to print, and then we'll go to print. And so we'll start delivery probably around, usually takes about 2-3 weeks to print. I'd say June 15th, June 20th, somewhere in there. So when we'll start mailing them out, probably take about a week or two to mail out. So that's going to be that's it. I'm pretty excited.
That's beautiful.
Done. It's pretty nice. It's not the Comics Gateway getting the books actually done quickly, George.
It's not. I know. I'm struggling, John. I'm struggling.
You need to you get your books done quickly too. I know. And we're doing it wrong. You wait 2-3 years. You tell everybody the Expendables is coming any day, but we're going to launch our next campaign now. And that is how you truly build a fan base.
No. What you do is you offer a black and white version and a color version of your books.
Oh,
you deliver your product, but half of your product is printed incorrectly. So therefore you haven't delivered on your campaign. You're still technically open, and you haven't delivered your product. And John, if you were to buy something from Amazon or a brick and mortar store, and it was a book, and there was a printing error in the book, that is not the product that you purchased. You purchased a book, right? You didn't print
printing error.
You did. Yeah,
in the book. What are you coyly alluding to? Printing error, like how?
Well, it could
I've got almost every book has, like, almost every novel in it has typos in it.
That you can find. We're talking about significant printing errors.
Okay, it's significant, like printing pages backwards and not having them in order. That kind of.
That's one of them, or printing the book backwards twice.
Yes.
Why would a customer have to struggle to read a story? Because the whole production on the book is produced incorrect. That's not a product.
Are you attacking Manger?
I don't know what a manga is. I know what a manga is.
Jim Tuner says all the books in North Korea are published like that.
But hey, that's not what you're getting in North America. That's not what the audience was expecting here.
Yeah. Mr. Dongs, as much as this is a sarcastic comment about delivering comics on time equals leaving money on the table, it's actually kind of true. If you can leave a book open for a year or whatever and not make more books, you actually will end up making more money. It's a freaking bizarre thing. But there is actually no incentive for a creator to actually run things on time. It's sad. I'm going to anyway.
Why don't they just have an online store like I do?
This is brilliant, George. What if I made kiss cards for certain backers?
You promised to use red lipstick, or
I will use. I would use red lipstick. Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say you should try blue.
Blue lipstick? Oh, Joe.
Blue.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
There is nothing grosser than that. When did what woman decided that blue lipstick was attractive? Like there's nothing more disgusting than a woman with blue lipstick.
Well, usually blue lipstick is on corpses.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's the goth thing, right?
Yeah.
Any amount of alcohol bad for the brain? Any? I don't know. I like my red wine. Sorry.
No, isn't alcohol lubricate the inside of the body just like, a stick of butter?
Kind of thins the blood a little bit, so you kind of, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, the doctors back in the 50s, the Surgeon General said it's
that's even better. A kiss card with my wine on it, on the lips. That's pretty good.
And a little Chanel No. 5 spritzed over it too.
Yeah, definitely.
A smell and a kiss.
I had a buddy, and we were going. I don't remember. We were going like Christmas shopping. It was like a last minute thing. It was like day before Christmas, and it's like, oh fuck, I didn't get my girlfriend a whatever. So we ran into Macy's. This was back in, I was like 19 maybe, and I went up to the counter and I'm like, I got to get like some perfume or something. And my buddy walks in with me, and we're just two dudes walking into Macy's into like the perfume department. Like, what the F is going on here? And it smelled. I mean, it was just like a puff of perfumes and things like that. Because they always sprayed that. I think they don't do that in COVID anymore. It's interesting. But they sprayed that shit everywhere and like all sorts of stuff. And I made a comment like, "Oh my God, it smells so foul in here. Like, I can't, like, I don't understand that. How do women like stand here and do this? It's crazy." And the woman at the counter, I remember this vividly because my buddy was just like so deadpan about this. But the woman on there goes, "Yeah, I go home from work every day smelling like a French hooker." My buddy leans over the counter, all smooth, George. This is exactly how you would do it because you're pretty smooth, George. You're a smooth guy. So he leans over the counter, just kind of gives that like Troy McClure grin.
Yeah.
And he goes, "I think you smell like passion and romance." And I'm like, damn. And of course, there's two perfumes sitting there called Passion and Romance, right? Yeah. Oh, good times. Yeah.
Well, at least that's a safe thing for a guy to do. What's not safe? For a guy to go into Victoria's Secrets and tell the girls, "I'm looking for some, lingerie for my girlfriend or wife," and they will look at you and say, "Mm-hmm."
I would definitely want a kiss card from you. This is like two people who want kiss cards from me.
Okay. So if you get three, then it's a product. Then
I have to do it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Mr. Dongs is giving us the way to be successful in Comicsgate. Step 1, set the fulfillment date as far back as you can before Indiegogo starts asking questions. Seems reasonable. That way you can, yeah. Step 2, be late anyway. Step 3, profit. Yeah, my buddy was quick thinking. I was shocked. He rattled that off so smoothly, and the timing was perfect. I was amazed. So he didn't even get her number though. But he didn't ask. You should have. Once you're that funny, you got to ask. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is.
That's leaving a woman on the table.
Yeah, it's like leaving a kiss card on this. The kiss cards are sequels to Joe King. Yeah, probably true.
Yeah, yes, they are. Yes, they are.
So I want to listen to this clip real quick, George. I don't know if you've seen this already. This is between Mary Mayhem and whoever Mindless Entertainment is. Again, these are the Attack of the Crones, as I said, which I thought was pretty funny too.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I thought it was something serious.
Now we got to go. We got to differentiate because Mecha Random is not a crone by the classic. Like crones have to be like they're kind of witchy. They're like frail and skinny. So that's not Mecha Random. So, but these are definitely older witchcraft influenced women who qualify as that.
Oh, so it's cat ladies in
yes.
training.
Correct. Yes. So here we go. This is what they were saying. That's very important stuff. Let's hopefully my audio works.
I want to address Captain James.
Does the audio work?
Yeah.
James Biggins in the chat. I know who you are. And I know that you're not Fandom Menace.
Who is she addressing again? Hold on. I talked over this.
I want to address Captain James Biggins in the chat. I know who you are.
Captain James
and I know
Biggins.
that you're not Fandom Menace.
And I know that you're not Fandom Menace. Captain James. Is that the Mr. Biggins guy?
No, it's got to be somebody else because Mr. Biggins, goes by Mr. Biggins.
Okay, but it was Captain James Biggins. It could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I pissed the Biggins people off. But that's another story. I know who you are, and I know you're not Fandom. Those are crushing words, George.
Yeah, they are.
I know who you are, and I know that you're not Fandom Menace.
No, I'm just blue.
You're just blue.
I'm just a blue, only a blue, just sitting here.
Captain James Biggins. Captain James Biggins is potentially the best of us, based on what I'm hearing here. But let's continue.
He's a champ.
Let's continue.
I know where you come from. I know who you follow on Twitter.
That's crazy. So I mean, it feels like a horror movie. I know who you are. I know where you come from. I know who you follow on Twitter.
Yeah, that's really very detailed.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, Wow. So this person is so important that he occupies your attention. That's extraordinary.
Yeah. Yeah, she sounds like a big fan. Yeah, I unless I'm a big fan of somebody, I don't really know who they are or where they come from or who they follow on Twitter. So
I don't even know they exist.
No. James Tiberius Biggins. That's funny. That's a nice reference to our Star Trek talk at the beginning of the stream. Look at Mary's avatar. She like I said, this is Attack of the Crones. This is a classic crone look right here, isn't it?
It is.
You know? Definitely. Nobody's used that before. That was totally, I made that up.
You think at one point that wig will come off?
You think so?
Possibly.
You're not acting in good faith right now.
You're not acting in good faith right now, George.
I'm not. I know I'm not.
You are stirring something that is already very, very difficult. And look, I told Jesse before we started that many people would have questions, and that's fair, and I'll do my best to answer them. But I know who you are.
Oh.
You follow Testefy on Twitter.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. You follow Testefy on Twitter. Oh, my God. Oh, I cannot think of a worse thing than following Testefy on Twitter, George.
My tissue, Tito. Where's my tissue?
Whew. That is.
Oh.
Yeah, that was an extreme concern tone. Yeah. I mean, you would have made like, I know who you are. Like her passion is so intense here. You think she's going to accuse him of being a serial killer or a rapist or something, right?
Or you know,
or
killer every morning.
Following Testefy on Twitter, which is possibly worse than those things.
Oh,
so,
gosh,
yeah, here it is. Testefy. This is the way it started in Germany. It's true. It's true.
Yeah, that yellow triangle is now going to have an armband and a number.
Oh my gosh.
That shitbag.
Yeah.
Shitbag.
That absolute scum of the earth.
Scum of the
earth. This fucker.
I would suggest it because you're not going to get anything in good faith from him. You're not going to get good faith conversation from him. I know who he is.
One chance. I'm giving him one time out. That's how I'll give everyone at least one chance.
What's with her voice? She sounds like she smoked a bunch of cigarettes. I'm going to give everybody at least one chance. Like, I mean, it's pretty bad.
I know. It could be the Testefy effect.
The Testefy like gave her throat cancer?
No. The Testefy effect. They're so triggered by Testefy that they can't get enough air out of their body to.
Yeah, can everybody go ahead? I mean, this is very serious stuff, and we believe all women here on the JDA show or whatever I call this, the Dankstream. That's right. Please go ahead and go to Twitter and unfollow Testefy right now, for your own sake and for the sake of all of the Fandom Menace. Thank you.
And your safety too.
Your safety. Yes, definitely. Yeah, look at this. Chat agrees Testefy is the worst. If we don't stop Testefy at the Fandom Menace, Paris will almost certainly fall. It's true. Yeah. It is kind of a deep voice. Ma'am. Let's listen to a little more of ma'am.
So Emily, since Jesse, you're in there, when he comes back, if he is going to continue to be a shitbox, then go ahead and mute him. Thank you.
Ooh. So serious business.
Yeah,
the internet.
Testefy's
He's a
pretty bad guy, and I don't.
He's
pretty bad guy.
Actively and purposely committed copyright fraud.
Fraud. Oh my God, that's right. He stole copyright.
Oh, no.
He stole copyright.
Oh, that's right. I remember now.
Yeah. He stole copyright.
Yeah. Testefy used their own words against them. That's where they're talking about. That's the copyright they're talking about.
She sounds husky, all right, Samuli. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only copyright I can think of. Testefy stole their words and used them against them.
Edwin, the ultimate voice of all voices, says I'll try to Edwin this. Her voice sounds like Newports, cheap rum, and despair. How did I do it in my impression?
No. I have a better one.
You have a better one? Go for it.
Yeah. This is a quote from Pan to Vickyverse a couple years ago. You smell of desperation and cheese.
And cheese. It's good.
I thought that was the best.
That's pretty good.
It made me laugh so hard. It was amazing.
And cheese.
And cheese.
What kind of cheese did he specify?
I don't know. No, but it was the funniest thing. I even loved and retweeted that.
Okay.
I even told what do you call it, Vicky, come on, you gotta admit that was a great comeback. And she goes, yeah, it was.
This might win the internet. There is no Mary Mayhem. There is only Zool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she sounds like she eats cigarettes, all right. It's crazy.
But to try to steal other people's properties, he is.
I'm not going to allow this to be. I'm not going to allow this Edward Marlis guy to break this down and make this something that it isn't. You will not turn this into a circus.
We're talking. Start off with Captain Biggins.
Yes,
we know who you are, Captain Biggins.
We know who you are. Yes.
Yeah, and you hang out with Testefy.
Hang out with Testefy. The worst. The scum of the
worst.
Earth. Yes.
And then how did Edward come into this?
Edward, we're not going to let you whatever. Yes. So I guess he was there. He had to have been there.
He must have been right beside Testefy or Captain Biggins in the chat.
Yeah.
Guilty by association, by one or two lines apart.
Why do these women stalk these people on the internet is the real question, because they are intimately familiar with who these guys are to the point where it's like it's kind of weird.
My wife doesn't even follow me that close.
My wife doesn't know who I am. I mean, let's be honest, she wouldn't be here otherwise, guys. But oh man, how do I get on the anti-Testefy DM group and or database? I've been attempting to do this too, Mr. Dongs. As you can tell, I've got my screen name right here. It says not associated with Testefy. And I've been working hard at this. I've been disavowing Testefy at every chance I possibly get. And for some reason, I've not been invited into the DM groups.
Yeah, and I've been trying to appear on every stream that Testefy is on, so that way he can jump and leave because he doesn't want to.
He leaves. Testefy is so triggered by you, George, that he will not even hang out at all, not even for like half a second. You trigger him more than anybody else on the internet.
It's beautiful. And only just say hi.
Hi.
I'm the anti-Testefy.
Yeah, if these women really wanted to prevent Testefy from destroying their lives like he apparently is doing, all they have to do is invite you on their show.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
That's it.
There you go.
There it is. Perfect. See, look at this. I will watch George streams. Testefy, I'm out. There you go.
Yeah, I got half a simp.
You got the whole chat simps for you, George.
They do not. I don't see Edwin saying good words about me. I don't see Jim Turner. Oh, Jim Turner's okay. I don't see Mr. Dong saying good words about. He's okay too. VDR. Okay, well, VDR's all right too. Don Cat, and now he's good too. Okay. I can't keep up with this. Last Mad Films. There you go. Last Mad Films. That guy. Oh, that guy there, right there. Yeah, he's trouble. He's trouble. And Spirit Scar. Yeah, he's half okay. I can't keep up. This chat's. Wait a minute. Why am I full screen? All right. Okay. Give me a sec. There you go. How's that? Hey, is my audio coming in?
George, this was your show. I mean, I gave it to you.
Oh, jeez.
I gave it to you.
I was about to go.
And then you went dead air on me.
I was about to go make myself a sandwich. I didn't know if I was kicked out.
You went dead air on me. It was yours. I gave you this entire chat. It was going to be yours.
This is a new experience. I never, I would usually get kicked out by now.
And this is what you do. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you would usually get kicked out by now. George had no idea what he's like. Wait a minute, I was given the show.
Yeah,
What?
Like what?
This is the other very exciting. There's been a couple cool Fandom Menace developments that have not been talked about a lot. That one's one of them because the Fandom Menace is too scared to talk about Testefy all the time. But part two is I also found extremely interesting, and nobody's really talking about this tweet, and I don't know why, George. Because this is the greatest tweet that Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers has ever made. He's making Geeks and Gamers great again.
Oh,
and here it is. I don't know what this is about. Kristana Nova, another woman he's trying to prop up. You'd think they'd learn at this point. Introduce the world to the newest Geeks and Gays, Billy Neck Bob. Now, I don't know any of this lore. I don't know who this is. Obviously, it's a face app thing that looks really stupid, and that was it. And that's the funniness right there. My brand. Okay.
This is Jeremy and his brand.
Kristen and Nova introduce the world to the newest Geeks and Gamers team member, Billy Neck Bob. Wow. My brand, my team. We're just as diverse as everybody else in Hollywood.
Wow.
All right. So that's what went on here. I found this this is interesting. Very funny. There was one comment that was flipping out, going, where is it?
Next time you do anything about Jeremy, you should start off. This is brand Jeremy.
This is brand Jeremy. Where did where'd this go? There was one very upset about this. Okay, maybe it was on his tweet. But what got me was not actually that. It was the diversity with parenthesis around it. Which is very interesting. This seems a little more extreme of a take than Jeremy would typically do, to the point where I almost don't even know if he knows what this means.
Oh, I think he does know what
you think he does?
Yes, it does, because I think he's got a taste of Hollywood. Yeah, shot in the arm, and I think he's going to go back.
You think he's going to be pushing back now? Because here, I mean, if you look a month ago, he was putting up Geeks and Gamers logos with like tranny flag colors and things like that, right?
Yeah, I think he's going to be pushing Hollywood into
my brand.
Yep,
my brand.
That's what's going on.
No, but you don't call out them, George, in your tweet if you're trying. If that's what this is, don't you know that this is an alt-right thing, sort of?
It is.
The parentheses. You don't know the parentheses thing?
No, what is the parentheses thing?
When you use the 3 parentheses around a word like this, you are talking about them, George.
Oh, no, not them.
Yes, them. Okay. We don't want to get banned on YouTube, so we're not going to name them.
Okay, them, the giant ants that have been plaguing Arizona.
Yeah, and plaguing 109 countries. But I'm shocked about this being here, especially with diversity in the middle of it, because, I mean, this is a lot of people on a lot of interesting websites have talked about how this whole diversity ploy is, in fact, a plan orchestrated by a certain group, which we won't name. And that follows into the gay thing and the tranny thing and the what's the polite term for pedo? There's a polite term for it. I know that Hollywood likes to propagate. But yeah. YouTube doesn't even let you post it. So because of this, the Irish question. That's really funny. Minor attracted person. That's right. There we go.
Oh,
yeah. So those folk are typically associated with these diversity pushes, as they, certain people are more prevalent in media organizations than, say, any other group, and in news organizations. And it's very, very odd that this was used like this. You don't think so? That's the thing. Does Jeremy have no idea, and he just posted this, and he's that dense and has not been around the last 4 years and posted this anyway? It's possible, but think about it. Who he's hanging around though too? He's been around these groups and all that, So he could be edgelording it and pretending he doesn't know also.
Highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely. Yeah. I have a hard time believing he's this based, because this would be about the most based thing I would have ever seen him post ever. Right?
I think
he's
Jeremy
this dense.
I think Jeremy has struck a deal with Hollywood, and he's just massaging his way to it.
Is that what it is?
It sounds like it, because he just walked away from the Fandom Menace. He disavowed the Fandom Menace.
He did disavow the Fandom Menace like right before this. So it would be
and even before that, he had an argument with Babyface about delivering a quality product and the difference between a quality product and respecting the customers.
What's odd to me is nobody called it out really either. I think I was the only person on Twitter who even mentioned this, and I was like, wow, I guess I like Jeremy now. But he got one angry comment, which didn't have anything to do with this. Where'd it go? I like you guys, but making jokes at expense of the trans community. And how and why did you guys think this was a good look or even funny? This shit does and can hurt people. But of course, you only care when it's people you care about. Pathetic. So everybody missed this, which is, I mean, this I think is the biggest news of the day, personally. So I hope he is. I mean, if this guy goes full tilt after the Zack Snyder thing and realizes this, you know, maybe there is hope for the world.
Well, I think he's gonna have egg on his face when the Snyder universe is actually restored, because the AT&T is wiping out the Warner Brothers and putting new people in place that actually want to make profit.
Right.
I think he's going to have an egg on his
face. It could be interesting. We'll see how it goes. And then the third Fandom reject menace. What was the word I used on the stream title? Fandom something. I don't remember. Is that they relaunched the High Council, which is the thing that started this all, and they've been cycling through people over and over, and they brought in, I guess, Comics Division. And one other person who's another woman.
What is the purpose of this High Council?
They're supposed. So Ethan was going over this yesterday. He started it with I guess Jeremy and World Class Bullshitters guy, like Excalibur saying here, to make live streams, and they were supposed to be the superstar YouTubers of this whole movement, right? And they did that. But by the way, we've got 40 people here. Please hit the like and subscribe button and all that. Fandom Blemish. Yeah, that was pretty good of me too. Please do that. Come hang out. We have more fun over here. I don't really mince words and stuff like that. I do for the YouTube censors. That's why I'm being very coy about them.
I'm not.
But
I will say all the words that are possible to strike this channel down.
But yeah.
Revenge.
So
my revenge.
Yeah, Mary Mayhem. Culture Casino. So wait, I thought it was Comics Division. Culture Casino, but so Mary Mayhem's the woman they brought in. So they didn't learn their lesson, and they're bringing in another woman to be the queen bee and get all the beta male orators and start drama and break up the group again, like a bunch of idiots.
Vicky said, if you have two women in the room, it's not a good thing.
It's never a good thing. No. Yeah.
Women in the room. Yep.
One's too many as it is. So, you know. But that's it. So now it's just like, yeah, it is. It's just like it's like the B or C tier people. Oh, and Comics. I do like Comics Division. I think I actually really like him as a person. But don't, like, the whole lesson is don't bring a woman into your little circle thing. It's going to ruin everything. But that's it. But they did it anyway. I mean, the High Council is just another stream now. So if you like that, good for you. But
so
that's about it.
There's no edge to it.
There's none. It's just another stream.
Yeah.
Just another stream. Yeah, Comics Division really blew up over the last couple of years. I don't remember why that happened. He's really good though. So whatever.
He's slick.
Yeah.
He's very slick. Good guy.
He is. So that's that. Yeah, so hit that like, subscribe to the channel, do the thing. Joe King, is it available yet on your site?
Yeah, on my site, it's available. Try it. GeorgePeterGatzis.com, right there.
Gosh, you make me have to put in the link. One of the mods actually put in the link for me for the chat. GeorgePeterGatzis.com, as you can see, and then everybody can support George, which would be great. We like George.
Yeah, bring it up on your screen. Show it.
I don't want to actually type things in my screen, George.
Ah, geez. Okay, I'll give you it in the private chat.
I found it. Here we go.
Found it already? Oh, there.
Here we go. We'll show you, George. Thing is, I haven't even shilled my book, and I'm shilling. I didn't do that last time either. I just shilled your book the entire time.
Look at it. It's beautiful.
Look at that. You get the spaceship. I'm very excited for my spaceship.
Yes, it is. It's beautiful.
So that's pretty cool that you can make a spaceship from scratch. Yeah. Comics Division is OG. He's real. So
yeah.
And he never disavowed me during the whole like fight thing. He never had a problem. That's a dude I actually really respect. So
yeah, he has a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah. George has spaceships hashtag. What's that?
George has.
So definitely you can back George.
Yeah, just go to my domain site, and it's all there. Just click on the big picture.
Yeah, here it is. Isaac got it for us. So
that's beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah. And then I'm actually pimping, not in Indiegogo. I've got it in my description. It's called The Stars Entwined.
I forgot to talk to you about it after you're done. I got something really cool to talk to you about.
What is it about?
It's the creator of Bone.
Oh yeah, I like him.
Yeah, when you're done talking this,
let me show my book too.
Yeah, can you wait? Can you tell us? Can you give us a synopsis of this?
The synopsis of this is humanity is about to go to war with a group called the Aretian Empire, and they genetically modify a soldier to go in there and spy for them, who ends up falling in love with an alien starship captain because that's how things work. So he has to choose between his loyalties towards humanity and his loyalty to her, and that is the crux of the series here. I'm just wrapping up book 3 right now. I just got the cover in. I put this in my Discords, but I will show it off here for the first time for the cover for book 3. I also just got the edits back from my my editor, so I'm very happy on that, and that means this is going to come out very soon, probably in June. So I have to do some Dave's Vault work, like I said before getting to this. But the third book is going to be called The Stars Rejoined here. And here is our beautiful cover. Boom. That's that. And I'm very excited. This one's just all out war. It's going to be fun. And what this is going to pave the way towards is obviously I've been going on a big Star Trek kick lately. And George, you're a Star Trek. Obviously, based on your spaceship, you're a big Star Trek guy. I would gather.
Yes.
I would gather.
A little bit of Star Trek, a little bit Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
A little bit of Chuck Jones, you know.
Yeah. Sounds like you.
John, this is an incredible illustration. Who is the artist that you commissioned?
Warren Simmons, I think is his name. Wow, so yeah, he did a great job.
That's amazing. Do you have this stuff? Can you do like a poster book on this stuff?
I don't know, with books and stuff like that, you have one image pretty much, so it's like it's not conducive towards something like that. But yeah,
what I'm looking at is like, dude. Wow.
But this series is going to be like, from here is going to be the reasoning that my quote Star Trek exists. And so we're going to have a space exploratory ship coming out of this, that like side characters from this are going to come into, and you won't know the reason why until you read the book. But this explains the setup for that universe and then goes into that. And I'm just going to make Star Trek better than Star Trek makes Star Trek. And that's going to be my goal from now on. When I said, this is more of a Babylon 5 deal because you got that whole interstellar war going on that's to be navigated, and some cool stuff in the background.
And it's non-linear, right? So it's not like Star Trek where everybody fights on a 2D plane in a 3D environment.
No, because that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, and there's no transporters. Maybe I'll introduce that later. But I mean, the problem is all these properties, they take things like transporters or teleporters. They used to just be teleporters, right?
Yeah.
And teleporters has been a sci-fi concept forever, but once Star Trek did it, nobody else could do it because it's transporters now, right? And Star Wars did the same thing with laser swords, which were a big thing. If you go back to Pulp Fiction in like the 1940s, 1950s, guys, everybody had laser swords all the time.
Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon had a laser sword. Yeah. 100%. So lightsaber, but it ruined it so that people just don't do it anymore. So I don't know. I think we got to take these things back from a brand, George.
And
reclaim them.
I have a lightsaber of sorts in my books.
Yes,
but it's not actual light. What it is you have the hilt, and then you have a bar that extends from the handle. And when you smash the bar against a solid surface, it vibrates, and that vibration creates heat. So it looks like it's a lightsaber, but it's an actual solid that vibrates so quickly it generates heat and light.
Oh, neat! I like that. That makes sense.
But this technology I just described to you actually exists in real world physics.
Oh, George. Calm down, George. Calm down.
I'm sorry. I love injecting hard science.
You just hear that? He's just like, this exists in real world physics. And I'm like, oh my gosh, George. Oh my gosh. George has the trademark on spaceship. Am I stealing your copyright, George?
No, you're not stealing my copyright. I lent it to you for a few $100 here and there.
Yeah.
But I love the illustrations on your covers. All of them.
Thanks. No, you got to have a good cover because everybody judges a book by its cover. So
exactly. You got the cover, and your story holds your audience.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So that's that. We'll have more on that later because I'm really excited. I've built this like whole sweeping universe sort of thing that I'm pretty excited about. But yeah, I got to get to editing this and editing. I got to finish those Deus Volt edits today. That's my goal, is to be done 100% today, get everything ready, and then get books out to you guys. So that's that. George,
I'm a backer.
What you had something fun to talk about?
Yes. The creator of Bone. I put the link in the private chat. He has a Kickstarter campaign. I was not aware.
What's he kickstarting?
He's kickstarting was it a two book volume? And I go, wow, are you kidding me?
$212,000. Yeah, makes sense. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Jeff Smith, Tukey, fight for fire. At the dawn of humanity, during a prolonged period of hardship and drought, 3 lost children meet a mysterious traveler named Tukey. Together, their search for motherhood of all buffalo leads them far north through the dangerous territory of a rival species called the Habaleen. Habaleen hunt and kill anyone around the fire, blah, blah, blah. And this is it. It looks like classic comic strip fare right here.
Look at it.
Look at that. That is comics. This is comics and what it should be.
All right, that guy. I mean, that guy is consistent. You know, he.
Oh wow! And this is going to be a sideways strip style book.
Yeah.
What's Rassel?
That's his previous book, After Bone.
Is it good?
Yes, that's great too.
Look at this stuff. I'll back this. Sounds cool.
This when I looked at it, I go like, wow, this is like Primal and Jeff Smith's world put together.
Yeah.
And you look at it, you look at the concept and go like, holy shit, yeah, it is.
April, the favorite person of the chat here. April, if you want to come in, you are welcome to come in, of course. April can co-host the show anytime she wants. I don't know how much longer I'll go, but I'm almost wrapped up, but I'll say hi. This looks cool. This looks very cool.
It's absolutely amazing.
Good for Jeff Smith and his money. She'll come rant about Bone real quick. Okay, cool. We're gonna have April on. Everybody's favorite person, April, which is I did a half-hour rant of how you should never bring a woman onto anything, and then I'm going to just totally go back. Everybody's gonna call me a hypocrite right now. So.
No, don't.
Yeah, everybody's gonna call me hypocrite. Yeah.
It's April. She's got a good head on her shoulders.
And there's Isaac. He's already simping. Sad, Isaac.
Yeah.
Are you a Richard Corbin fan?
Yes and no. I enjoyed his stuff up until the 90, between 90 and 93, and then I stopped looking at his stuff.
Wow, he died in December?
He passed away.
Wow. I've never been into like the whole heavy metal sort of stuff. I don't know.
He had a lot of great stuff in the 80s, but then when you actually look at the breadth of his work, it's all just the same thing.
Yeah.
It just, okay, I've seen this. All you did was just do the same thing. Instead of a barbarian, now it's a knight. Instead of a knight, it's somebody from the future. But you already seen it.
I'm reading right now the Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips Reckless story. Send me the link on Discord. Okay, I'll send you the link on Discord. So I never was like a big Ed Brubaker and Sean person. I don't know why. His stuff's a little dark. But Sean Phillips' art is really pretty and pulpy, and I've always loved that a lot. And I just never went back and just did it. But I just picked this one up because I guess they're doing this thing where they're just putting out hardcover graphic novels.
Do you have a picture? Do you
once
have
a quarter. I've got the
physical
book. I'll go grab it in a second. Where is April on Discord? What is your name? There it is. You're offline. It makes it difficult. Okay.
Just put it in the chat, John. I mean,
I did. She said send me the link on Discord. So.
Oh, jeez.
I know, women, right? Let me grab that though. These are really cool books, and I'll be back. You hold up. You hold up the show while I do this.
Is it right beside Joe King?
Yeah, actually.
I'm just asking. That's all. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me tell you a story I know nothing about. Two dead guys, side by side, stepped together, pulled out their knives, and shot each other. Let's see. Spirit Card. I love Heavy Metal Magazine. Yeah, everybody loves Heavy Metal Magazine. Let's see. Jordan.
All right. Am I here?
Yes, you are.
Awesome. Hello, everyone.
Everybody, greet April.
What's up, April? How you doing?
Hey, how are you guys? Doing pretty good. So I've definitely got a few things to say about the author of Bone and the Bone books. I haven't read any of his other stuff. I'm definitely going to look at this Kickstarter, though, so the thing about the Bone books, I forget how we discovered them, but I've got some very treasured memories of we'd get the books at the library. It's a long series, so we'd get whatever books were available, and then me and at least my older brothers, I can't remember, maybe Joshua, I don't know, my brother, me and my older brothers, and then Bethany, we were all loved those books. So it was at the point where we were fighting over taking turns reading whichever book we just grabbed from the library, and we'd sit there and we'd be at different points in the story. So one person would sit on one side of the book, one person would sit on the other, and we'd be holding the middle pages between us as we were reading at the same time at different parts, because we just all really loved it. And a couple years ago, I was in an antique store and found the entire Bone collection in the colored version, the entire set, and they were all in individual plastic wrap for $30, and I was super excited.
Awesome.
I haven't read it in a long time, but man, I really loved it, and I can't wait to read it to my kids someday when they're older. But yeah, so I'm.
Why are you saying I'm a simp? Isaac is simping. I'm not simping.
You're a simp because you let a woman on.
Oh, because I let you on? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. It's me. Am I really
Do you count as a woman?
I'm not like other girls.
Oh shit.
I'm not a feminist.
Oh man.
There are no girls on the internet.
There are no girls on the internet. That's the God honest truth right there. Everybody needs to learn today. So thank you, April, for reminding everybody the truth.
Enlightening, y'all.
Well, that's exciting. Yeah, Bone is a lot of fun, and there's a hardcover omnibus version I don't have, And you know I'm into those hardcover omnibus things. Do you have it, George?
I've got.
Oh my God! Yes, I have it somewhere. I mean, that thing is thick and heavy.
Yeah,
that's why I'm glad I got them like individually. Like they're paperback colored all into each book, and that's because like my kids will probably fight over them. So it's better that they can each like have their own book to read as they go through the story instead of like one giant one that they fight over.
That's fair. Oh, here's the bone hardcover. 1 volume edition, $100 on Amazon right now. That's kind of painful.
That's why I'm super excited. I found the entire set in individual books for $30 at an antique store.
Oh, but this has a slip. This has a slipcase. April, look at this. Oh my God, a slipcase. This is the type of stuff I think
You're not sharing. You're not sharing.
I know. I'm pulling it up.
I'm too excited.
I know. I like my books thick and heavy, like Testefy likes his women. So, yes, that's true. Testefy's really into the big girls.
It'd be hard to hold a book that big.
It is. I have several books this big somewhere around.
Mm-hmm.
I'll grab my Green Lantern omnibus. It's about this big. I guess I'll be back again. I didn't even show off my other books, but I'm gonna grab this just because this book's absurd. Reading my good my good friend Ethan Van Sciver's work. So,
what is that? We've got what is that one? BPRD. Which one is that? I don't know. I'm trying to look and see if we have any super thick books on our bookshelf. There is, these ones are still like in shrink wrap. They're what series is this? There's 3, 4, and 5. What is this? Okay. Hell on Earth. Oh, Hellboy stuff. Okay.
Oh, I love the Hellboy stuff too.
I haven't read any, but my husband's got some. Most of them, I think. I don't know. He's got a bunch.
All right. Yeah. Big books. This thing's
I like big monster. Books and I cannot lie.
So, this is
cannot deny.
I think it's 1,200 pages. Oh, man. And,
that's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. It's a gorgeous book. There's some art by our good friend Ethan Van Sciver right here. So, and there we go. Painful. So this is huge, but it's I don't know. I like it because those books have oversized art also, and I like that. George has oversized art also. I might mention his book's big. His book, in terms of height, is bigger. So and width is bigger. Yes. But this has more pages. But the other thing I wanted to talk about was Reckless. So this is the pulpy action hero sort of deal.
Show us a little inside.
Yeah, sure. There are some nudity pages, so I gotta be careful.
Randomly picks the page.
Let's make sure we're all right. But he's got a cool. Sean Phillips has a really cool style. That's like I don't know who did the. I love the coloring style too. Whoever did this, but it's cool. These are neat. So I guess they're doing a full graphic novel. They're doing a trilogy of them. And they're hardcover, which makes me happy too. 3 times a year, and I don't know if this comes in all the books, but they put a little signed book plate, at least in the ones at my comic shop. So it's pretty neat too. I'm using it as a bookmark. Good stuff. But I don't know. I don't know. Ed Brubaker's an interesting cat. Interesting guy.
The price in Canada is $160
for Bone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough. It's because you guys have fake money. So, do you like Walt Simonson's Thor? Yeah, I did a review on that on the channel, so you can look that up. But I enjoyed it a lot. Have you read it, George? No.
Yeah.
Everybody's gone now.
Yes. No. Yes.
Have you read it, April? No.
I have not. I'm really not that.
She's not a comic person.
Not too much.
No.
I'm a webcomic person.
Yeah. April's not a comic person. Thank God. Somebody needs to be sane over here. Comic people are the worst.
Keep you guys grounded.
I read Thor. I read the Thor. I read the entire Thor volume up until I think it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So I stopped. I don't know what happened. You know what? I don't want to get into it. But there's a whole lot of great Thor sections.
Oh yeah. I actually love the Eric Masterson, Tom DeFalco stuff. The best.
Personally, I like the John Buscema era.
Oh yeah.
there's some stuff in there that just blew my mind.
I liked it. I liked it at the beginning when Buscema took over for Kirby, and Stan Lee was still writing it. But I didn't like it as much when what's his face started writing it. Conway. Conway was just rehashing a lot of the old plots, I thought.
Okay, so, baby's trying to grab my microphone, so I think I got to go now.
April, good to talk to you. Thank you for coming on, talking about Bone real quick. And that actually should end our stream because that's it. I guess people can ask us questions, but I'm in here for an hour and a half and good times. So support George, support April, support people who don't hate you, and support the Fandom Menace, which is now my movement since everybody's disavowed it.
And John, do you have your book, your entirety of your books as a single purchase?
I have the entirety of my comic books as a single purchase. Yes, on the Days Vault campaign.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't have my books like that because I figured it was just like I don't want to confuse people, because I'm selling comic books on that. But you can get all my books on Amazon really easy.
Do you have a blueprint of your novels and how they connect to each other?
So far, there's only a trilogy that's like very obvious and is listed on Amazon as a trilogy, and then there's a side book. So there's only 4 books in that universe. If that makes sense. Oh, no, gosh, April, I don't remember what April's book's called. I can look it up. April's book is called. We're leaving dead air. You're supposed to talk when I'm doing this.
Well, let's see.
I looked up. Oh my gosh, this is funny. I looked up April's author name. This is really funny. April, I looked up your author name on Amazon. Here we go. A.M. Freeman, right? Jewish Pride, Rebuilding a People. What is going on, April?
Well, April, what are you doing to us?
Mary May and the Nightmare Man. There we are. That's right. Mary May.
And the Nightmare Man.
Oops, I spelled it wrong. I can type.
Yeah,
there it is.
It's funny.
Are you sure it's not Jewish Pride? Okay. Yeah, and here you go for that. I'll put that link in the chat for you guys also. All right. That's all my drama for today. Thank you all for tuning in and having fun with us. And we'll be back soon.
Same JDA time, same JDA channel.
Parentheses.